Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capping space. I won't stop till I hear him say
Igor's over there being Eminem. You know, by the way, I don't know if I told you guys I'm from the D. So, guys, viewers, I want you to meet A-Team. I want you guys to meet India and Igor. Yay!
Hi, guys.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show.
Yes, welcome to the show. Kimberly reviews.
Hi. Hello.
And, of course, I'm actually Aubery. Guys, we're going to go ahead and jump in. We're not going to keep you long. We're just getting this started, but we're going to be back. We plan on being back and being regular if we can. All right, guys. So, Morgan and Ben. I saw you look over at Igor. What's going on? What are you guys thinking about Morgan and Ben?
What I'm thinking about is that in New York, we call it dragging it. She's really dragging this issue. This issue should have been a one episode, maybe 15 minutes. It's too long now. And we had a conversation. We didn't like how she threw him under the bus in front of her friends and his friends.
Yeah. But yet she's upset with him for telling the friends on her, behind her back. Yeah, right.
We were talking about this, and we basically said that if you're going to get upset with him for going to Tree, they call him Tree, going to Tree to discuss, what's going on in your private relationship, and you got angry at that, not only did she do that, but she did it on a whole nother level. She didn't just go to one person. She went to a whole room filled with people and on national TV. So, I mean, she kind of went too far.
Yeah, I think so. Kimberly, you got any thoughts on it?
No, I agree. Like they say, you just have to be careful what you tell people because 9 times out of 10, it's going to get repeated. So if you don't want anything repeated, just keep it to yourself. But I did think it was funny. One of the friends asked her, if you ask Ben, are you a nurse now? What would he say? And she was like, yeah, that tickled me so good. And I was like, oh, are you sure? But that thing is really bothering her.
And if you notice, Igor pointed out to me, he's like, now she's trying to wear like her scrubs in the confessional. Now she's going to have like her paperwork. She's going to have her certification in the background.
I noticed that too. I was like, what? She going to really rub that point in, like for real? But you know what? Now, when you think about it, to be fair, does anybody sense that Ben's a little bit on the childish side too? Just a little bit. Not saying about like holding grudges, but something about him just strikes me like kind of like childlike.
Yeah, I can see that too. And I think he's just sticking to his standards so much, which is kind of what you get away from, I guess, as you get older. Not saying settle, but some things you just realize are not as important. And I feel like he's just being childish in that sense, trying to find his mother and then just trying to stick to these unrealistic standards. So, for the most part.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was going to say something funny.
I was going to say, well, we know that he's a mama's boy. Everybody knows mama's boy. If you have to date them or try to marry them, like the bar is like up here. So I don't think she's ever going to live up to that expectation. And she's already coming with a lot of flaws. Like her relationship with her dad is off. She has debt. And he doesn't even want to turn the lights on when he showers. So I don't know about this one. I don't know.
Yeah, they're not going to have no kinky time like Stasha and Nate. I can tell you that. I mean, they might just lights off.
And then that's the other thing. Wait a minute. That's the other thing that seems to have happened. She went from wanting his body, and he was so sexy. She was telling the other ladies, the other newlyweds, and now all of a sudden we find out that they're not having sex yet. What's going on with that?
They're gonna have Pastor Cal talk to them about that because you know how he is.
Always asking, do you consummate the marriage? That's his first and only question. And like, where's Dr. Pepper?
Yeah, where's Dr. Peppers?
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper.
With the S on the end, Dr. Peppers.
I was gonna say this. I know that Ben is probably he's definitely hurt by what she did, but there's one silver lining here, and that is he bought the cheap tequila, so nobody gonna remember nothing.
Oh.
Nobody gonna remember nothing that happened. So he's everybody's doing.
That's true. Nobody really is gonna remember anything, and to top it off, they're gonna have a bad headache.
Yep.
You're gonna have a bad headache. But we're gonna move on to Stasha and Nate, the 70s theme party. Guys, what's going on with Stasha and Nate? Is Nate a scammer? Is he making $150,000? Because I just don't see it. And I know they live in San Diego. I get it, the cost of living is high, but I don't see Nate being a 150 guy.
No, not yet. But I think I kind of misunderstood that part because I was thinking they said that's what he wanted to get to. And then
he
I
wants
think
to get to 250 is what he said. He wants to get to 250.
Got it. So Stasha is already at the 415,000.
There you go. There you go.
I don't see. I maybe with Nate
Right.
because thank you. Look, maybe with Nate because y'all know he does the day trading, so that is good money. So maybe he's multiplying some numbers. Like if he makes this amount this month, he's multiplying it times 12, and that's how he came up with his salary.
Yeah, something. We need to see those W-2s, Nate.
I don't know how he went from selling bootleg DVDs in front of the barber shop to day trading. He's never really specific, like day trading, and like what is he like with a company? Is he a freelancer? Like where did he go to college? Did his degree?
Right.
He's very, very vague. Like she says, you here, she wants him to go here. Like he never goes there. I don't know.
That's what I'm wondering because we never heard anything about his educational background. We know quite a bit about many of the individuals, that we know Lindy and her husband both have PhDs, right?
Right.
We've heard about the other ones, but there's nothing that Nate has said that has ever remotely mentioned college or a fraternity or anything college related, which is not saying that he has to go to college to earn 150,000, but in many cases you do, or you at least have to have an advanced trade, like your skilled trade, and you're a plumber, you're HVAC, you're electrician, and you're making major money. But Nate's a little vague on that. Talk about Alexis says that Justin's vague, but I feel like, and I think that's what Stasha is telling Nate when she says go deeper. He's vague about a lot of things in this whole. Okay, let me ask you, what do you guys think about Stasha pushing Nate to talk more about his mother and his feelings?
Oh, I think it's great. I really think that you should dig deep and into your past because it really, I guess, shapes who you are. And I think that's a good thing to do in relationships. I was so happy to hear him say that he was going to be open to therapy. Hopefully it's not just something, he's saying to make up for his little salary, but hopefully he really means it. He's going to take the plunge and go into it. But I look forward to seeing the emotions that it brings out of Nate, because I really think that's going to be something that maybe lets us see a different side of him.
I guess I agree with you. I just think he's so closed off, and he might not have talked to anybody about his mom. And now he's on national television, and this is like something, he was crying to her family and friends because when he was talking about his dad. And I think family is something like, what's the word? Like, it's really deep for him. So for him to just talk to her on camera,
sensitive, like maybe sensitive or something.
Yeah, I think he can definitely talk to her, but she needs to push that off camera, because if that's something that he's gonna bring to her for the first time, don't make that on camera. Don't make him do that.
That's an excellent point. I had never thought about it that way, because you're right. He may not have ever talked to any of his friends about it. That one friend of his on this episode that he's talking to,
who more than the chick he had wine with?
No. The male friend this episode, was it Derek, or it was like the guy looked like, was he Asian? He seemed like he might have been perhaps a little light in the loafers, if you will. The one he talked to this episode, he was telling this gentleman friend of his about that Stasha does that she does therapy, and that was the friend that when he said happy life, happy wife, the friend corrected him and said, no, it's about you being happy too. It's happy spouse, happy house. Did you guys catch that? Yeah, so it may be true though what you're saying, Igor. He may not have ever really talked to anybody about his mom, and so telling it on national TV might not be the place where he wants to start. Anything else about any other thoughts about Stasha and Nate and their how they related at the party or anything like that, guys?
In the after party, Stasha was talking about how Nate took he took lead on it. Anything that she told him to get, he got it. He paid for everything, she said. So that was a good indication of maybe he does make the money. I guess it just became confusing because he didn't want to buy the coffee machine from the previous.
Right.
So I mean, it's kind of like that part is kind of like up in the air. But let's see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see what happens because I think Stasha really wants to make this work. It seems like she's kind of got. India, do you feel like that there's like this rush for her to have a baby? Because that's what I feel like it is. I think she's almost kind of willing to settle just to have a child.
Yeah, she's like, give me that ring, let's go. But I really think because of her age, and I'm a little older, I'm in my mid-30s, and we have a baby, so I couldn't think like to just not have anybody and want to have a baby, like that pressure that's on her. And she's like, she seems like a person who has like, especially like Jose from last year, like a checklist. So so she seems like she has a checklist, like she has advanced in her career. She's already building in the process of building a home. What comes next is a baby and a family to fill it. So she's like, I have to make this work. And when he told her, my timeline is a little different from yours, that's why I think she's like, see that point of contention. And she's like, oh my God, what am I going to do? So I think that they need to really talk about it. And he needs to open up because he can't start a family with those past traumas influencing the present.
And I definitely give him props. I definitely give him props in the sense that when she told him about therapy, I know he was initially kind of hesitant about it, but for him to say, okay, yes, let's do it. That was very interesting because he's showing that he's willing to do what it takes. Mm-hmm. I know it's a little vague. He's acting a little vague, but at least he's, stepping in and trying to make her feel comfortable.
Right. That's a good point. That's a very good point. And I'm trying to get our moderators to pull up your link. It's Let's Talk, right? Let's Talk.
Yes.
Let's
talk with India and Igor.
Right? Okay. Because I typed it in for some reason. I don't know. Didn't want to. Okay. I think it's out there now. Okay, guys. So we move forward here on the couples, and so after Stasha, so what about Kristen with a Y and that crazy R's Mitch?
Oh man, I can't with him.
We were rooting for him too in the first episode because we're Leos. We're like,
fellow Leo, let's go.
Oh, okay. Oh, Mitch is a Leo, really?
He's a Leo, but I think we might have to disown him. We might have to disown him.
No, we are disowning him.
He must be on the cusp.
Maybe.
Yeah, for real. Like you can't have this, you can't have this, you can't have that, you can't have this, and it's kind of like, okay, I get you, I feel you, I want to save the earth too, I'm with you, but you don't know. He doesn't know Kristen. He doesn't know her. They're strangers essentially to each other. Mm-hmm. And instead of trying to find some kind of happy medium and maybe like working your way up, because I feel like you need to be his level of save the planet is here, and I'm sure there's different levels to it. And she's like all the way down here, he's all the way up here, and he wants her all the way up here like immediately.
Right. And no compromise.
No compromise. Like, let's have fun. Let's learn about each other. Let's enjoy company and things like that. And I don't know.
Like, he's not accommodating at all. Like, she said she wanted a French theme, where I'm thinking croissants and wine. And then, like, I see a gerbil kit on the counter.
Yeah, what was up with that?
Yeah,
it's like a little
I missed that. Did you see that, Kimberly?
It was I missed that one.
Stage, right? It was on the floor.
Yeah,
so me and him were like, they have a gerbil or something?
Yeah,
and
like,
then
He
when
looks like he has a gerbil with the looks from the looks of that tub at his house.
I was like, what's going on? And he was like, I want it to be like apocalyptic and futuristic, and we don't shake hands in the future. And I'm just like, she's bending so much to the point that I think her friends can see it, because when they were like in the media room trying to talk to her, like you can see it in her eyes. Like she is pretty much like slowly dying and she's retreating.
yeah, like her wig. You saw her blue wig. It just kept slowly.
Well, the wig slipping back. She didn't have no glue. She can't. He wouldn't let her use glue, probably.
He didn't let her use glue. No, definitely not. Where did Mitch get that wig? Did he get it from the beach? Like, where did he find that wig?
That was like
that's a good question, because he likes to recycle. Maybe he went to a thrift shop.
No.
Kimberly, your thoughts on it? What are your thoughts?
I agree. I don't think Kristen is really into Mitch anymore. But like you all said, I think she's just kind of going with the flow, because now he's trying and kind of showing a little effort, because she told her friend she almost had a heart attack when she saw the stove. But after you saw the stove, you still slept with this man.
You dropped the panties. What's up with the dropping the panties?
And now she's all into him. Everything is going so good. So I think she's just putting up some kind of front just to stay in the process. I don't see them making it the long haul, but I'm just not sure, because I really think they're good for each other. Honestly, I think I don't like Mitch, and I'm not liking Kristen, so they are good together.
Well, you know what? I kind of do see that too, because I think they're the only two people in the world that would accept one another.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I feel like she almost makes me think that she's trying to be like she's on the same page as Stasha, right? You know,
right.
I'm up there in age. I need to make this work by any means necessary. And I feel like the difference between her and Stasha is not going to compromise herself, her beliefs, her morals, her core, all that. But Kristen seems like by any means necessary, even if it means I have to be in the bathtub and watching all the dirt on the side fill up from him.
I was like, you can't have kids. Like, when you have children and you have parties and your kids want things, like, what is he going to tell them? Like, take this reusable knapsack with you to lunch, and the kid going to get bullied. Like, for parties, they can't have themes. He's going to say, let's have an apocalyptic theme. I just see like she's going to explode one day, and it's going to be bad, because like no one can have that much tolerance.
Yeah, you can't. That's what we were talking about. We were saying that for now, early on, it seems like she's really, really into him. But from subtle hints that we're getting from the after party, she says some stuff about him that makes us think that she's no longer with him. I don't know. That's just our take.
Wait a minute. Oh, so she's being a little shady, because I missed the last after party.
Oh,
Kimberly,
she's very shady.
Okay. Kimberly, did you see the last after party? What were your thoughts about it, if you saw it?
I did not see that one, but I can see her going that route, because like I said, she's just showing us a different side just to stick to this relationship and make Mitch want her. I can see her calling out all the stops.
Mitch must have mad bed game, okay? Because
no,
after seeing that filthy, nasty apartment of his, she still slept with him. So come on.
She's
desperate.
Ooh.
She said to him, she's like, I'm not sexually frustrated, but like, you know, I want to head into that apartment.
Wait a minute, because I want to tell her, you know what? They got toys for women. They got toys.
No.
Nobody's saying nothing. I'm
we gotta start promoting them on our channel.
They got toys for ladies. You don't have to stay frustrated just because you don't have an available man. But I just didn't understand. Like, you know, she really dropped her standards sleeping with him like that.
For sure, definitely. Yeah, her dad? Where's her dad at? What does he think? You know, it'll be interesting to hear how he feels, right?
Right. Because isn't she the one supposed to be the daddy's girl? But she didn't tell her dad to the last minute, the day of the wedding, that she was getting married.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna
how
he's
feeling.
Oh, go ahead, huh? What's that?
I was saying, I just wonder how he's feeling about Mitch at this point, and you know, what is she telling the dad? And I'm sure I wouldn't tell him anything, knowing that he wasn't agreeing to the process. So I just wonder what's her stance on it now. Is she telling the dad like the truth, or is she just giving Mitch all of these flowers and praises, like everything is going so well? I really would love to know that part.
That's a good point. And is anybody picking up that Kristen is a woman who doesn't listen to her friends and her family? I think that's how she ended up with the last fiance guy. You know, like wasn't he the couch surfer? She met him and he was a couch surfer, but she got engaged to him.
Like
the hobosexual, the peeing and eggs guy.
That's a good point.
Wow, but that's what I'm trying to say. Kristen doesn't listen to people. She doesn't listen.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good point, but I think Mitch handled it well when she told him about the previous engagement. Well, outside of the weird part, because he was like, "That's weird," and I was like, "Oh, that's true, Mitch. That's Mitch for you."
That's Mitch coming out. But as soon as she said, "How was that weird?" He straightened up and flew right then. He said, "You know what? I want to get some more of that cookie tonight."
Right.
Just shower first in the new apartment shower.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He probably enjoying that. He might even have somebody come in and clean his joint up when this is all over with.
Yeah, for sure. They're gonna have the whole team in there, the whole external.
I wouldn't move in there. Remember when Lindsay from last season was talking about Martha Shark's apartment?
Yeah.
No contest.
No contest. No contest.
No contest. Much worse. And somebody, our viewer and our moderator extraordinaire, Monique King, said, 2 pumps. Her words, not mine. I missed that. She said 2 pumps.
After party, she said that.
2 pumps. Done.
Oh no, he's not good in bed. He's not good in bed at all.
No.
He could serve his energy for the planet.
Oh, and Roro is seconding that. She says, yeah, 2 pumps. Oh my goodness, that's horrible. Okay, guys, who we got next here? Let's see. We got here we go. Oh, you guys, okay. We gotta let Kimberly get in here. Kimberly, what you got to say about Lindy and Miguel?
This insurance thing is just a mess. I'm not understanding like where she's coming from, and just like the other couple, she showed her another side of her as well, because she was just dropping so many F-bombs, and I was like, oh my God, my Christian ears, because like,
like she went off. She really did. Like she went off like a drunken sailor.
She really did. It's like, I'm not a fan of cursing, and then just for her to go off like that. But my thing is, why doesn't she have her own insurance? Like, isn't that like what we're all supposed to have, the whole healthcare plan thing that was a big deal for so long? And why is it a big deal for her now? Is she not insured? Like, was she on?
I think she's only working part-time, so she probably can't get insurance working part-time. Because remember, she said she likes to have her spare time. She likes to have her schedule the way she likes. She wants to work on Monday and be off Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I'm just saying. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just saying.
Real insurance is a part of adulting. Like, even if you're working part-time, you should still have enough money to cover the necessities, and insurance is a necessity. She's saying, you know, what if she went out in the street and was harmed? Okay, your insurance should take care of that. It's not the responsibility of your 3-week-old husband to take on that responsibility. And I wouldn't even require a man that I've been married to, I guess, 6 months to. I wouldn't pressure him that much. I have my own insurance, even if I don't have a job that offers the insurance or covers it.
Right, many adults do. You're right, and there's state funded insurance. You're right. You guys were going to say about the whole, what did you call it earlier? India something gate.
Oh, name gate. I said this is name gate.
Name gate, yes, name gate and insurance gate. Talk about it, guys.
So what I was wondering is, like, are you getting married for insurance? Because what were you going to do if they didn't pick you for this process? Were you just going to go on the street and hope and pray that you never get hit by a car, you don't get sick? Like, what were you looking for? So that was my first point. And then my second point is, you keep saying I have a PhD. You shouldn't flaunt that if you don't have insurance, because it looks like your priorities are kind of a little backwards. And then she also is like proud to say she has student debt. But at the same token, she wants to say she wants to do what she wants on her free time. You shouldn't have free time. You should be hustling to get those student loans forgiven, like, or taken care of.
For sure. She's kind of reminding me of like Rachel from the previous season, Rachel and Jose, where she just wants to have a hot girl summer. But yeah, like, I just don't get that. How did you come in? Like, I mean, you guys probably been watching the show way more than I have. I've been watching since season 13. Have you ever encountered a woman or a man getting on the show and requiring that their spouse gives them insurance, healthcare coverage? Isn't it illegal to not have healthcare at this point?
Yeah, I think so. And to your question, I've been covering it and watching it several seasons. I want to say going back to like 9 or 10, and I've never seen it. Kimberly, have you? Have you ever seen it on the show?
No kind of demands like this, not even the name change that Miguel is doing. So it's like both of them are just being different.
Okay, now you're the only gentleman on the panel, Igor. What is your take on him with the name change? I mean, and would you feel that strongly about a stranger taking your name? Would you feel that way, or what will be your thoughts?
So that's an interesting question. I think it depends on your family, right? So and how close your ties are to your family. So if your ties to your family are very close, like kind of like for Ben, for example, he loves his mom, right? So if you and your family, everything is going well and you want this person to be essentially a member of your family, then I could totally understand why the last name would be important to you, especially when you have kids. It just makes everything so much easier because everybody has the same last name. But in terms of the show, like I think you said earlier, they've only been together for what, like 13, 15 days, whatever it is at this point.
Right.
And the thing is, in the past couple episodes, Miguel has been unclear. He has been unclear whether he even wants to stay with her. He hasn't seen all the dark sides to Lindy yet to determine whether that's something he can live with or not. Why would you want her to take your last name? Like, do you know how difficult it is to take someone's last name? And then if, let's say, y'all don't work out, then you want to go backwards. It is a huge, huge process. I know India took my name right before our kid was born. So we were married already for 2 years, and I didn't ask her to take my last name.
Oh,
and
wow.
Then, then
no pressure.
And then when our kid, when she was pregnant, we were talking about it, and we said it's probably for the best, for health insurance, for school, for kids, for paperwork, just a bunch of stuff in the future. It will probably make more sense to get this process going.
Okay, that makes total sense. But see, you guys were already married 2 years, and you weren't even pressuring her, saying, "Well, you got to, you have to." And then I don't know, did you guys get the feeling at all, Kimberly, India, Igor? Did anybody get the feeling at all too? It was like a vanity thing. I mean, I know her PhD paperwork has her maiden name on it, so she's saying, "Oh, my name is very important. I'm a whole PhD." But I'm like, well, dude, why did you come on the show to be married if that's an issue for you? Because most men are gonna want that.
Yeah, just hyphenate it if that's the issue. And
there you go.
I have my master's and it's under my maiden name. I still know that's my accomplishment. Like, it doesn't evaporate. It's not like it goes away. It's still there. So it's still gonna say like Dr. Santiago. So I think she's making a bigger deal, and they could compromise and say, we could hyphenate, or let's revisit this after that stupid vow renewal day. they can revisit that conversation after that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing too. Does anybody? Okay, last thing on this, and I think we're gonna move on to our last couple. Does anybody see this too? I don't know if it's just me and my spidey senses, but I feel like these two deserve each other because I feel like they're both master manipulators. Anybody see that? I mean, think about it. Miguel, he was a master manipulator about the whole sex thing, right? I can't really get into you, baby, till I squeeze your booty naked, and pump it a few times. I mean, this was Miguel, right? He was not going to be satisfied. He just used all kinds of annoyances, like even using religion, which I thought was very unfair because
every episode.
Yeah, I don't like how
every episode. So I felt like he was a master manipulator, but now he mellowed out after he got, the cookie. He got the cookie and he mellowed out. But I feel like her with the whole insurance thing, she became the master. So I feel like they deserve each other. That's my thought.
That's an interesting take.
What do you got? What is your take on it, Kimberly? Do you see that both of them are a little manipulative?
They can be, but I feel that Lindy felt like her giving up the cookie was going to have more power than it did. And maybe now she's just showing a different side or some anger or something coming out, because I think she just thought she was going to give it up and he was going to be like, here's my credit card, here's the insurance, and it's not going that way. So now she's like, I've been there, regretting her decision. And I'm also looking forward to maybe the reunion and her saying that maybe she was pressured because She said that she wasn't pressured into giving up anything, but I'm not.
When Stasha asked her, you guys all saw that when Stasha asked her at the table in front of everybody. I didn't feel like she was quite being truthful about that.
No, she wasn't genuine.
No, what's interesting about that is she was definitely not genuine about that, but it's hilarious because karma does exist, and it's just hilarious because in the after party, Stasha got to see them replay. I mean, she could watch all the episodes, obviously, and she could see, they were actually fighting, right? So in the after party, Stasha was literally watching a replay of the two of them talking about this conversation in bed about, name versus insurance. And it's just funny. It's just, you just told everybody that everything is good, but it's clearly not. So now why are we going to trust anything that you're going to say moving forward when all the girls hang out?
Right. I don't know. I'm just thinking I also got out of that scene going backwards, talking about Stasha and talking about Lindy. I also felt like Lindy was a wee bit jealous of Stasha's success and her new home that she's building and about to put her boo baby in. Her what do they call it? Her brother husband. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know. But okay, so we gotta wrap it up. We got one last couple. Oh, this is a doozy. What did you think about Alexis and Justin with the two dogs?
Breathe in.
Okay.
No, it's tough. I mean, we're dog owners, and he just keeps showing us how irresponsible he is. And I don't know, we said in our last video, I'm really starting to think that this man is E.T. needs to phone home. He's not from Earth. He has somebody buzzing in his ear telling him what to say, how to act. He does these weird dancing. He's just so
awkward.
cringe.
He's
awkward. He's so cringe. I don't know, and just so irresponsible. You got caught once, and I guess she forgave him over that whole incident when her dog got bit. And now you're taking care of her dog, and he's not eating, and you're not telling her anything.
And giving him medicine, that's just common knowledge. You can't give medicine to any living thing on an empty stomach, and then to not tell her that, and God forbid something would happen to Newt, and he would be like, "Well, I was doing the best that I can." You can't take that back.
No, what's done is done, and it's just be responsible. Be responsible. If you don't know what you're doing, say something. Don't pretend because someone's gonna get hurt.
And then he got so defensive, and also I would say a little bit nasty and manipulative in the candy store.
Candy shop.
They were she was still trying her best to grab everything. Oh, that candy store looked juicy, by the way. She was still trying her best to get everything. And then he's like, you get aroused by fighting. He was just not listening to her.
Oh, yeah, that was a low blow, wasn't it?
He is so lucky because I would have flipped all that candy over and the party would have been shut down. I would have told producers, I don't care what you say. We're not doing no 90s. It's 2022 and I'm taking myself home. That's
you know what? She did ask him to take her mic off. Now that you mentioned, I forgot about that part. She did ask him at some point after that. She did say, unmic me. Unmic me now. Kimberly, what are you thinking?
I'm not a pet owner, so I'm really not understanding that situation. I've heard both sides. Some people said Alexis knew better. Not many people are taking that route because they said that her dog was off the leash and just roaming around, so she should have kept her dog on the leash longer. Not sure about that part, but Justin is my friend in my head. So I was sad. He made me sad. And just
tell me why. I mean, I'm not trying to be funny, but answer this question, Kimberly Reviews. Tell me why Justin is your friend in your head. I'm not saying he's a bad person, but tell me what you like about him, please.
I like that he's tapped into his emotional side. He overdoes it, but I like the fact that he tries and he shows his emotions and tell how he feels. Like I would never date him, but I do feel
wait a minute now. You said you like him and he might be back on the market, girl.
I think he's my friend in my head.
All right. You don't even want him either. That's the fact.
Right. But no, I just like that he's trying. But this episode shows us what the brother was saying all along. You're not ready, Justin.
He's not ready. He's not a mature man.
Yep, it brings it back to the brother. We were all saying, most of us were saying, oh, the brother needs to stay in his place, leave Justin alone. But now we see exactly what the brother was saying. And I'm like, where is the brother now? Is he dancing? Is he like, this is what I didn't want you all to see with Justin? But it was just the way he reacted and, just really more so trying to be kind of like a people pleaser. For me, he's just really trying to do whatever he can to please Miss Alexis. And I kind of feel Alexis' side too, that it's like he's just saying whatever he needs to say in the moment, but he's not really following through with it. So that's the scary part, and that's the part that's starting to disappoint me with my friend in my head.
With your friend Justin in your head. And guys, anybody, India, Igor, why are these two people who at the beginning were all over each other, kissing and sucking each other's lips and biting each other? Why haven't they consummated their marriage? Any thoughts?
All fake. It's all fake. I've said it since day one. Igor said it. When she mentioned that she saw him on Tinder, Hinge, whatever website it was, and she swiped, I guess it's left. I don't know. I never done those apps. She swiped left, meaning she didn't like him. She was like, I'm going to try to make the best of this. I want to look good on camera. I don't want to look like the women from like last season, like Jasmine.
Oh, right.
So I want to look like I'm trying. So I don't get like that bad publicity when I go back out there. And he's just all in. And I think he said he wanted to, make sure. I don't think it's up to him at this point, because he said in this episode, I tried to make some moves and she rejected me. If she was really feeling you, yes, she would feel bad about Newton. But if she saw him trying, she wouldn't hold that over him, and they would have consummated their marriage. That goes to show she doesn't really want him.
Definitely, I agree with India. And in this past episode, she did a good job making it look like she is still trying. But I think, like India said, it's all for the camera. I think she knows that he's bringing, like every relationship has two people, right? Or more, I guess. But in their relationship, there's two people. And what is Justin bringing? Like, I feel like he's just her yes man. He's just like, I'll do everything you want me to do, baby. Whatever makes you happy. And she is getting nothing. She's getting nothing from him that shows who he is. You know how Stasha wants Nate to open up, right? What is Justin going to open up about? I just feel like he doesn't, like he's just trying to go with the flow. He's trying to please her so much. He said that I want to just please her. But what about you? Who are you, Justin? Mm-hmm. Who are you? The viewers don't know who you are. That's why we think you're an alien, like E.T. phone home. But like, I don't know. I think that's why she has her major reservations. On top of what she came into already, I'm going to collect my checks. But the fact that he is not showing any individualistic sides of himself at all, I think she's
Wow, that's interesting. That's a character on another show. Kimberly, who is it? Is somebody on a show we're covering? Shakira. I'm always saying about Shakira on Ready to Love that we don't know who Shakira is outside of having trauma and having a son. Other than that, we know nothing about her.
Right.
Yeah. Guys, any closing thoughts on who do you think at this point, and I know it's still early, who do you think may have a possibility, a small chance in hell to stay together?
I think Stasha and Nate.
I agree.
I think she wants it, but she's not lowering her standards. She is trying to communicate with him. She's trying to understand him. She's trying to go to therapy. She's taking, steps. And she's also financially secure. And it looks like he is a hustler. And he will most likely do what it takes to stay in that money. I don't see him trying to ruin that as well. Whether he's there because he loves her or for the money, I'm not sure. Well, time will tell. But I think they're the only ones who really will stand the test of time.
So you guys aren't holding out for Morgan and Ben, not at all. Nope. And what about Kristen with a Y and Mitch? Because they seem to be holding steady.
I think if they say yes on decision day, we're going to get that update like we usually get online. Like a month or so later,
she threw all his things out on the curb and
she brought a plastic bag home. No, she ate at Chick-fil-A and she didn't decide to like recycle the cup or something like that. And it's going to be like a drinking point. It's going to be a fight over like the simplest thing because it's going to be like that last drop of water that just made the cup overflow.
Yeah, I agree with India 100%. And in terms of Morgan and Ben, I don't know. I think she really hurt him because we were talking about it, how he's always smiling. He was not smiling. When she blew him up in front of everybody, I know he felt hurt. He felt confused. He felt intimidated. I feel like she can apologize for that, but I don't know if that can erase how you made this man feel.
Yeah, out there in public in front of his friends. Like you said, in front of a whole group of people, her friends, his friends, and the national audience.
Yeah, his people from his job might be asking him questions now. I don't know.
And I don't think she's emotionally available. And I think we all have different love languages. And I don't think hers at all aligns with his. And she doesn't seem like the type to try to meet him where he is. So I don't think it's going to work.
I'm curious. That's an interesting concept. India, what do you think his love language is and what do you think hers is?
I would say for her, I don't know, she likes to be left alone. But for him, definitely, I would say it's like affection for him. He definitely needs that like sense of like affection.
Okay, yeah, maybe words of
affirmation. That's the word. Words of affirmation and maybe physical touch, because you saw he was like touchy feely even when they first met.
And he's cheap, so he probably don't want nothing. He don't want gifts.
Maybe her acts of service, because when he tried to apologize, he was like, "Oh, I did," you know.
He bought her something.
He acts of service and maybe possibly like gifts. Yeah.
Okay. And but do we have any idea, Kimberly? Do you have any read on what Morgan's her love language might be? Because she puts on such a hard masculine shell that she walks around in like she's been hurt and she's never going to forgive anybody.
Wow, I don't know. I can't really place it yet because I don't know. I'm new to the love languages, so I'm just learning all about it. Maybe in the last 2 years or so. So I'm not 100% sure on that one.
Okay. All right. Well, guys, there you have it. This is our first review. We plan to come back again same time next week if it's okay with everybody here. We'll be back with more and we're going to talk it over. We're going to have some graphics by then, okay? But this was our first go round, but we've been following it. India and Igor over on their channel. Tell everybody about your channel again and the channel name.
So our channel is called Let's Talk with India and Igor, and the point of our channel is not to review the show scene by scene by scene by scene. We essentially, kind of like we did here today, just pick off a couple of major things that happened in the episode, because these episodes are long. These episodes are like an hour and a half long with the commercials.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours.
Yeah, so the viewers already sat there, they watched the whole thing. So we just want to bring them some jokes. We want to laugh and just have a good time and discuss some of the, major things that popped up on the episode.
And we like to analyze the characters. We like to analyze the cast, talk about things we notice, and also post questions that relate to relationship issues that we see in the different episodes.
And we love having discussions with our viewers in the comment section below. I mean, Audrey, we love that.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to try to get these guys to comment. We want you, and if you're watching this on the replay, definitely please leave your comments in the comment section. And India and Igor, if they have time, they'll come back. Kimberly will come back. I'll definitely hop in there and chop it up with you. Kimberly, tell them about your channel and what you cover too, real quick.
Oh yeah, I cover reality TV. I also enjoy travel, so I post my travels. My goal is to visit all the states and as many countries as I can get to. And I also do open chat, so I'm all about positivity. So I like self-care topics, but on Wednesday nights for Married at First Sight, we just sit there at home, watch the show, and then during the commercial breaks, we talk about it. So you know how it is, you're watching TV and you're like, Lord, I wish I had somebody to discuss this with. So that's what we can do on my channel.
Yeah, I've been over there. It's a fun watch over on your channel. So you see there, guys, you have your whole situation. You can watch it on Wednesday directly with Kimberly Review. Then you can come back later the next day, and you can come back in India and RE. Let's talk. Tell the name of your channel again. India and RE. RE. India and Igor.
Let's
talk.
Who's Irene?
That's a singer. That's a singer. I would say India Irene or La India from the Latinos.
The singer. Yeah. No, I'm a little punch drunk from the previous live. Okay.
It's Let's Talk with India and Igor.
India and Igor. Okay. All right, guys. I love it. I hope you guys will come back and join us again next week, and we'll keep it short and sweet. And like you said, we'll just hit the couples. We're not going to go scene by scene, but we're going to hit the major points, and we're going to keep you entertained. And I want to thank our panelists. I want to thank India and Igor. Let's talk with them. Kimberly Review. And I am actually Aubery. And guys, we're on our way out of here. See you guys. Have a good night.
Bye, guys.
Take care.